Biden has claimed the status of presumptive president-elect. President Trump refuses to concede, citing voting inconsistencies in key states. As both candidates claim victory, the loyal fans of each politician are taking to the streets. Will there be a civil war if the election stands? Will there be more riots and looting if Trump gets the outcome reversed? We'll discuss. Plus, I take a shellacking in fantasy sports. The Lions are, well, the Lions. And Lake Travis alum Garrett Gilbert takes the reins of the Dallas Cowboys. We are in the new studio for the first time. If you want to get your swag as part of the decor, or if you're a musician, video movie producer, or content creator and want to show your stuff, hit me up at MikeAllenSports@gmail.com. The producer, Alexander Lee, is driving the ship. Mad Mike, Leland Freeman, and OTA Sports Commissioner Chuck Licata are in studio. Strap in. Let's have some fun. I'm Mike Allen. This is the Radio Man Cave, and you are now on the air. The views and opinions on the Air with Mike Allen show do not reflect the views and opinions of other shows associated with Fort Kick-Ass Productions. This show is not suitable for viewers under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is advised. All right, welcome. We are in our new space. I'm excited about it. It's a little bit of an echo in here, but we're going to get all that cleaned up. We are just ecstatic to be out here, though. Big space, nice and cool. Alex is in the man cave. It's nice and cool. We got studio lights. I'm excited. The microphone's not on. Audio? Is the audio on? All right. Oh, God. You know there's a delay, Leland. There's a delay. I know you're over there trying to help us out here, but you always have that thing cranked up to high volume. I mean, we get it, man. We appreciate your help. Anyway, welcome to the show. In studio with me, the Sky Marshal Leland Freeman, Mad Mike sitting over here to my right. The producer, Alexander Lee, is in his own space now. Nice and cool, not crowded with a bunch of sweaty bodies. And I can't hear you.
It smells like 100% less balls in here.
We had the air freshener going in there. Everything's going. All right. Well, welcome to the show. A lot of things happened last week. A lot of things we'd like to unpack and talk about. The election happened. We had our election night special. Of course, that got a little crazy, so we had to get rid of the evidence. And then, what happened exactly the way I predicted, that whoever was going to lose was going to fight it. They were going to say there was cheating involved, and here we are, almost a week later, and we still don't, well, we have a winner, but the president is not playing along. So all the stuff has started, all the I guess court cases have started. We got recounts that started. Leland over here has his own. He thinks that Biden has stolen this election and that Trump is still president. Is that about right, Leland?
Affirmative.
Okay, and what evidence do you have of that? And fill us in.
All right, so not to take up the entire show with this, the first bet of...
No, we only got an hour and a half, so, you know.
No, hold on now. Leland, I challenge you to take up an entire show. I challenge you to take 10 minutes.
On how Biden stole this election.
Okay.
On the clock. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right, so...
9:17, Chief. Let's see it.
Let me speak, okay. So the first batch of evidence I have is the Dominion software that was used in, I believe it was 29 states, including Michigan.
And explain what Dominion software is. What is that?
Dominion software is a proprietary election software that is used to tabulate the votes with these electronic voting machines. If you look at the SEC filings, shareholders include Dianne Feinstein's family, as well as, I believe it was Nancy Pelosi's family as well.
Okay, so other than owning shares in this election ballot box,
Company.
How do shareholders have the power and or the means to tamper with the product that they're let me finish. How would they specifically directly control the counting of the ballots through the machines that they own a share in?
Well, from my understanding, Pelosi's husband is actually a manager in the company. And
okay, so as a manager of the company,
I believe he's the CEO of the company.
Okay, and when the states came out to get this software to tabulate their votes, is there any testing process at all, or they just unpack it and use it?
I believe they're keeping it very proprietary how it is. They're supposed to.
Listen to what I'm saying, because I know here in Williamson County, when they open up those county the machines, they have to run a test, and they have to run then they have to run a test ballot.
I believe that's the case. But what happened was in Interim County, Michigan, which is actually one of the Atrim County, Michigan, which is actually one of the smaller counties in Michigan, which had a total vote count of 16 or 18,000 votes total.
Okay,
6,000 votes eventually were discovered to be cast in error for Biden. During a manual recount, 6,000 votes were discovered that were actually counted for Trump. And how they figured this out is that
so this machine tabulated votes meant for Donald Trump, and he gave it to Joe Biden.
Right. And how they figured this out is when they did the manual recount, you have with the newer electronic machines where you actually have a paper trail. What it's supposed to do is it sucks in this paper ballot. You're supposed to fill out what you're supposed to do. Spits it back.
So then we were one of the states that used that then.
We actually have a different. I don't think we're using the Dominion ones here in Central Texas.
But that's exactly how the one that works
here. Right,
here.
exactly. And so what it does, for those that are not familiar with those particular machines, it prints out your selection, and as a voter, you're allowed to look at your selection and read off to make sure it printed it out. What it also did is that with each word, it prints out a corresponding barcode. What happened was the voters, when they got the thing back, you're reading it, it says Trump, but it was a Biden barcode. And what happens is that when it's sucked into this vault machine, it's supposed to scan the barcode. And that's how it tabulates it, but then you have the paper trail. So when they went back and they did a recount with the paper ballots, they saw 6,000 votes for Trump were flipped to Biden. In Michigan, 47 other counties, or it was 46 and 47, 47 total counties, or 47 counties on top of this, on top of Atrim, used this particular machine.
And only Atrim had a problem
that we know of so far, but that was also a third of the vote.
So you think because of these machines, where Nancy Pelosi's husband is
and
a manager?
It's been reported in other states around the country, these glitches are happening too.
Okay, where did you get that information?
I got it from Washington Times. I got it from, let's see here. I got it from, what the hell? I got it from Newsmax. Got it from One America News. Got it from Gateway Pundit.
Oh, did you now?
I'm watching the comments roll in here. So you got it from all those sources that the Dominion voting machine falsely gave Biden votes that were meant for Trump.
That's correct. And there was actually a press conference from the Michigan Republican Party chairman that confirmed it. So, Epoch Times put out an article that said Ted Cruz wants to have a Senate investigation of Dominion voting. A few minutes later, it comes out of Michigan. They said, oh, it's just human error. Sorry, 6,000 votes for human error? That seems a little, like you said, You're supposed to test these machines, and you're not supposed to. There isn't supposed to be human error.
Okay, so Dominion machines. That's one. What's another? What's another case where this has gone sideways?
21,000 dead people were still on the voter rolls in Pennsylvania.
Did they vote?
That's yet to be determined. But yes, some. But yeah, there's been
Because people die. Like I'm registered voter. If I died tomorrow,
You're
I'd
registered
still
to vote
be a registered voter
until you're
until
registered to vote
until it gets
until-
purged from the because
I mean, are we?
there's no obligation of my family members in their grief to notify the state of Texas and say,
well, here's a perfect example. My father's been dead since 2009. We've notified Harris County, where he resided, numerous times in the past 11 years, and they wouldn't take him off. And they even sent him vote by mail ballot applications. Another
okay, they mailed a ballot to your dead father.
2 of them.
2 of them. But he can only submit 1. He can't submit 2. He can only submit 1. Because they didn't clear their voter rolls of people who have been deceased. And you think that's voter fraud?
I think that's voter fraud. I think also that there has been the violation of. Here's the interesting thing with Pennsylvania.
So did your father cast those votes?
No, he did not.
Then how is it voter fraud?
The ballots went out.
The ballots are.
And the only reason why he didn't cast those votes is because we had a big press story about it. Another situation.
So you would have cast those votes for your dead father in the name of Trump?
Absolutely not.
Okay, I just want to make sure, because you said the only reason.
The only reason why.
All right.
So when the ballots are out there, anyone can sign for this. And do you really think they verified? There's also at least 132,000 ballots in Pennsylvania, probably more, which are going to be deemed invalid because they were received after 8 p.m. Election Day, which is the state law. That's the cases that they're going to the Supreme Court with regarding violation of Pennsylvania state law. In fact, Justice Alito put out an order Friday night that says you have to take those ballots that were arrived after 8 p.m., cast them aside. They have to answer to Justice Alito what's going on, and provide evidence that they're doing anything in good faith. They haven't done anything. They've gone well past an order from Justice Alito from the United States Supreme Court.
So what's the end game?
The end game, well,
because we hear all this stuff.
There are several.
We hear all this stuff, and it sounds great, but no one's doing anything about it. And that's a big red flag
exactly.
for me. Not that they're no. It's a big red flag that all this is bullshit. That Biden is our new president. He won the popular votes in the states he needed to get the Electoral College submission, so that on December 6th, when the Electoral College meets with the ballots and the numbers, that they will cast their electoral votes for Joseph Biden.
I think the ultimate end game is to reform the election system across the country. Now, what I think is going to happen.
So is Biden your president or not?
No, he's not.
Okay. So for all the times that you got on people for saying that Trump wasn't their president during the last 3.5 years, now you're going to do exactly what you've railed against.
Why not at this point? But
why not? Okay.
Well,
what do you mean by why not? Because it sounds like
you're not even letting me get to the first question. You're asking me 5 questions.
All right.
Okay. So what I see happening is I see the courts, especially the United States Supreme Court, they're either going to directly state that election codes were not followed, and that they're going to disqualify several 100,000, if not millions, of ballots, and that Trump is going to get the Electoral College in that state, or they're going to kick it back to the legislatures, and you're going to say, there's your red flag, because all those states have Republican legislatures who are then going to assign the electors to vote for the president. Then what's going to happen?
So hold on. So if it goes to the House, which has a majority Republican, because it's 1 vote per state.
That's correct.
And it's a Republican representative in the state of Pennsylvania. You think he will go against the popular vote of his state and cast the vote for Donald Trump?
I personally think so, yes. I personally think so because it shows that.
That guy doesn't want to stay in
Let me
office for very
rephrase that.
long,
I think what he's going to realize is that it's. I think what he's going to realize. Well, actually, does Pennsylvania even have? Is that the majority House representatives of Republicans?
I don't know. I just picked a state.
But
I don't know.
But
the point I was trying to make is an elected official going to go against the will of the majority of his state? And how long do you think he's going to stay in his office before he gets voted out?
What I personally think is that it's going to show that there's a ton of fraud, that the majority was for Trump. But at the end of the day, I think that the president and the vice president are going to be picked by the House and the Senate. That's what I think.
So you don't think the vote's going to come into play at all?
I don't think so, because there's just going to be so much that the vote is so contaminated across the whole country.
Can I
go ahead, Alex?
So all right, so they're looking into these votes, all of them, not just Biden's, right? All of them.
All of them, because when you see these dumps at 4 a.m. in the morning where it shows Joe Biden picks up hundreds of thousands of votes, and no one, not Trump, not Joe Jorgensen, not any of the other third-party candidates received a single vote. That is statistically impossible. If it's in line with all the other ballots, it should show big chunk for one of the main candidates, not as big of a chunk for the next main candidate, and there should be the statistical percentages for the third parties.
Hold on now. This whole time, President Trump has been telling his voters, his constituency, do not do the mail-in votes. Go in person.
But they don't even know how many mail-in votes were out there. They go, oh, we found several hundred ballots in the middle of the night. They would tell poll watchers, go home, we're going to shut things down. And then they would start counting again in like 30 minutes or an hour in secret and go till like 3 or 4 in the morning. That's what happened in Georgia. Those are in sworn affidavits as part of the election challenge lawsuits to the Supreme Court.
And you're getting this information from?
I'm getting the information from the actual sources themselves. I go on Twitter, and the actual chairman of the Republican Party of Georgia said they told our poll watchers to go home, and they started counting in secret. Judicial Watch, via the Washington Times, said that there was 1.8 million more registered voters in the entire country than actually qualify the vote.
So let me ask you this. Do you think Biden will ever be the president?
No, I don't think so.
You think Trump's going to get another 4 years?
I do think Trump's going to get another 4 years.
And will you put your hat on that?
I'm not betting because I do terrible doing statistics.
Now, hold on. Hold on. Will you bet your hat?
No, I'm not going to bet. I'm not going to bet my hat on that. I'm not.
You're not?
No. Because nothing is 100% unless it's voter fraud.
So
no, I'm not going to bet my hat on that.
So you're absolutely positively sure, but you're not sure.
Nothing is 100%. Nothing.
But you just said Biden will not be president.
You said it's pretty good odds.
I said it's pretty good odds. But
so let's put your hat on it.
We're not putting my hat on it. No.
What's the harm? It's just
Well, what's the harm? Well, I tell you what. Why don't you go buy a Chinese knockoff hat and put that on it?
Why should I spend more money on a Chinese knockoff?
Because when Biden gets sworn in January 20th, we want to burn it.
You're not going to burn my hat. All right?
Come on, man. Where's your sense of adventure?
You don't sound very confident.
He doesn't. And I can't hear you.
Your mic's off, man.
No, it's there.
There it is.
There you go. So you don't sound.
I'm about as confident as I am with my fantasy league.
So when Joe Biden is sworn in January 20th, what's the storyline going to be? That he stole the election, he's not duly elected, and that he's not your president, and that for the next 4 years, all the all the right-wing
I don't honestly-
MAGA hat-wearing people will do the same thing that the left-wing people did this whole last 3.5 years?
I don't think that the country will make it 4.5 at the next 4 years, to be honest with you.
Okay, and what's going to happen?
Economic collapse.
Okay.
You got to put all these trillions of dollars in the social programs and stifle the economy. So you're going to have the debt to GDP ratio. The debt to GDP ratio is
what's
already
gonna happen-
over 100%.
So what's going to
it's
happen?
not.
So and this is going to happen when Trump's president.
Trump's more
That
business.
Trump is gonna
He's
make
not going to put
America
all these
great?
social programs, and that's going to increase the debt even more so than it's already going up.
So Trump is gonna. You said Trump is gonna do this?
No, I said no. If Biden he's asking me a question under the hypothetical situation, Biden is elected, and that the Trump people are going to go for the next 4 years. We've already in previous shows have talked about the whole breakup scenario. We have the Republic of Texas, you have Cascadia, you have the left.
So you believe that'll happen within the next 4 years if Biden becomes president?
I believe so. Yes.
Would you like to put your hat on it?
Did you vote for Trump as like a collapsitarian? Like you wanted all this? Like if you recognize that this was a possibility of happening, like why didn't
Hey,
didn't you try to convince more?
You're
people?
coming in real weak.
I'm coming in weak.
Yeah, you're Trump. Your vote. Trump. Your man.
Barely hear you.
What about now?
There you
There
go. There we go.
All right.
Now
Well,
go-
as a collapsitarian, that's why I was a Ron Paul guy back in 08.
well, Ron Paul wasn't for the collapse of the United States. He was actually
No.
trying to get back to a constitutional
Right, but that's why I
republic.
was saying I was a collapsitarian, saying support Ron Paul. Otherwise, we're going to go through this entire collapse.
And how did that work?
Collapsitarians are accelerationists. They
Yeah, they want it to collapse.
A lot of libertarians want it to collapse too. They get rid of regulations. A good start, do-over. It's going to be like the Soviet Union to the Russian Federation. Actually, in a good movie for that is Lord of War of Nicolas Cage.
We have an offer, $10 and an empty condom wrapper for your hat.
No, the hat was $25. First
You know,
of
we're
all.
only picking on you because
I know.
because our candidate that I voted for didn't even make 5% again, which is a big problem. I think if the libertarians got off their ass and actually made a concerted effort just to pop up every 4 years and try to get some people to vote for us and actually had a concerted run at the presidency starting tomorrow, I think that we would see a third party break in the duopoly.
I think at this point it
that's
should be a new third party, like what Ross Perot did. He got 20%. If he didn't bounce out,
Well, he wasn't a party; he was just independent.
right, but then he created the Reform Party. But the big deal with that is, if Perot didn't bounce out and then get back in, he probably would have won some electoral votes. He might have actually had a
They
chance to win
actually
the thing.
allowed him on the stage, but they'll never do that again, because that was the big mistake that the RNC made.
And the
was
DNC, yes.
was that they allowed him on the stage with Clinton and Bush.
And you have to remember that's also the DNC too. Both parties control the debate commission.
Exactly. And until that gets broken and we can have a debate where I think if you're on the ballot in 48 out of the 50 states, you should be in the conversation and you should be on the stage in the debate.
I thought Joe was on all 50 states. I thought that was the big deal this year.
Yeah, she was, but did you see her in any debates?
No, I didn't.
I think you said
But you said 48 out of 50.
Well, 48 out of 50 excluding Alaska and Hawaii. Because they usually they're hard to get on their ballots because they don't care. Alaska's still counting. Nobody cares.
Are they still counting?
They're still
So
counting.
is Arizona.
And nobody cares.
Honestly, Alaska, from a geopolitical standpoint, Alaska, everyone thinks it was part of Canada. No, it was actually a purchase from Russia.
Yeah.
Now, if the United States didn't purchase Alaska from Russia, was it 120 years ago, something like that? That would have been a very, very, very different strategic situation during the Cold War.
Oh, absolutely. And Alaska was the only state in the Union that was attacked by the Japanese. Well, actually, it wasn't a state back then. It was just a...
No. It's Pearl
I'm
Harbor,
not
too.
talking about the bomb that dropped in Pearl Harbor. I'm talking about actual battles being fought.
California, Oregon, were actually firebombed.
Yes, from these
Yeah,
balloons
I'm not
that
talking
went
about a
across.
bomb. I'm talking about actual pitch battles.
Oh, well,
It's
then
in the
you
Aleutians.
You should have said it differently.
Yeah, actually, someone died in, was it Oregon, with one of those Japanese bombs?
Randy Fry, I agree with you. The U.S. Constitution is strong enough to prevent a collapse. A divided Congress will keep some semblance of stability. But what needs to return, though, is we need to get away from this all or nothing bullshit, where we have right wing people saying, if you're not right wing, well, you're a socialist, communist, Antifa, Black Lives Matter, all that stuff. And if you're left wing, huh? What's that?
I said I got a death threat from some asshole on Instagram talking about how he said no solidarity with communists, and anybody who's a communist sympathizer deserves to hang with the rest of them. Deserves to.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
It's like, so you're saying that I deserve the rope?
And then of course.
If you have solidarity with communists, it's like, okay, but I don't have solidarity with like any form of authoritarian government.
You really got to turn your mic up, dude.
Dude, it's up. It's up. Maybe you can't hear me.
I can hear him. I can hear me.
I can't hear you either, Alex.
Every time you guys say turn your mic up, I do it, and then I start talking again, and you guys start saying that the mic isn't loud enough.
Yeah.
Maybe it has something.
Well, maybe
to do,
those that are.
maybe it has something to do with the adjustment.
Yeah,
the
audio
talkback system.
audio low on Big Beard.
You know what?
I
You
think
guys
they're
get
talking
it.
about you.
I don't give a shit.
Or I know what's going on. You're not talking directly into the mic. You're talking over top of it.
Oh, well,
You got to talk. This is a directional mic.
I'm tired of this thing keep like
Bopping you in the face.
popping me in my fucking mouth. So.
Well, just turn up your gain. It'll pick it up. Baby steps, man. Hey, we got this far. Let's see. I'm reading some comments here. Your mic is up like an 80-year-old crumb with Viagra. Oh, my God. Yeah, we're going to get better mics. We're actually going to get wireless mics. So that'll be sweet. And those come in really good. That's one of my next purchases. So what were we talking about before we got sidetracked? Oh, and then if you're a left wing, everybody that doesn't conform with the left wing ideology is a fascist and a Nazi and a racist. Period. You're either a liberal or you're a Nazi. In fact, I actually lost a friend. Well, a gal that I knew, and she was in a mixed relationship. She has some kids who are half black, and I've always gotten along with her. And she saw one of my posts where I was promoting Joe Jorgensen. She says, "Well, great, you just vote for Trump." And I'm like, "How is it a vote for Trump? It's a vote for Joe Jorgensen. Besides, we're in Texas. Trump's going to win Texas. And even if I didn't vote for Joe Jorgensen, there's no way in hell I'm voting for Joe Biden." And she wrote back and basically told me that if I didn't vote for Joe Biden, that means I didn't care about her or her children or the oppression that they live under, and I was basically a racist. That I didn't care about minorities, I didn't care about women, because I didn't vote for Biden. And I'm like, well, that makes no sense.
It's identity politics
At
and
all.
cancel culture.
Yeah, that
I mean,
makes
that's
no
what I
sense at all.
appreciate about this.
And I was like, well, have a good day. Unfortunately, I bet you all those people that you are bowing down to would never step in front of a bullet for you, and I would. Have a nice day. I just, and she's gone. Now, it hurt a little bit because I liked her. I knew her from wrestling.
And I appreciate you have. Keeping this platform is not an echo chamber. We could all have our different opinions, and we're still friends at the end of the day.
And I'm sad to see her go because I really did like it. And the fact that she hates me now because I didn't vote for Biden.
It wasn't even that you voted for Trump. It's because you didn't vote for Biden. I didn't
vote for Biden. And if you don't vote for Biden, it means that you are anti-woman, anti-gay, racist, everything that's bad. A fascist, a Nazi, all of it, if you didn't vote for Biden. And that's what I don't get. That's what I don't get.
Take me back to the 1980s or 90s.
There's no more. There's no
But
more.
we actually had differences of opinion and got along.
There's no more civil discourse. It's
There isn't
just
any, no.
discourse.
And there's cancel culture. So we're probably going to be viewed as what you call it, the radio man cave. You're a bunch of chauvinist pigs. I go, no.
That's probably right. We are a bunch of chauvinist pigs. Whatever.
Yeah. The nachos were great, by the way, on Tuesday.
I know, and that's the thing, Patrick. Good point. I'm anti-woman, and yet I voted for the only woman that was running.
Good point.
You voted for a platform that was anti-intervention, anti-war. So you're not voting for somebody to go blow up somebody else's fucking kids.
Exactly.
And you also voted for
have somebody send their kids,
I voted for a platform of personal responsibility, meaning that no one's going to hold you back because of your race, that you can go as far and fast as you want to without having to be told that you're not good enough and that you need government help.
Yeah, no, it's a difficult party just because it's supposed to be, the party's supposed to come down to, even if you disagree, libertarians ridiculously disagree on abortion rights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got to tell other libertarians, personally, if I was in that position, I would probably lean more towards being pro-life. That's, that's me personally. But I'm also a man, and I'm not biologically able to give birth to a child. So I think me personally, I'm pro-choice because it's really none of my business. And banning abortion is going to create a black market. It's going to create problems.
But do you believe in tax dollars helping subsidize abortions?
I've heard this quite a bit, and quite a few times, and it's not. It's the abortions themselves are not subsidized by tax dollars at Planned Parenthood. You can get contraceptives, emergency contraceptives. You can get condoms. You can get sex ed. You can get mammograms. You can get your prostate checked out. All sexual health things, services you can get at Planned Parenthood. But I'm pretty positive that the abortions are privately paid for. Now they're not nip and tuck prices and shit like that. They don't gouge the prices out, but it's pretty much just a paid for service, paid for labor,
Yeah. Well, here's my opinion on it.
But my whole point, we really don't have to get into it. But my whole, you can go ahead, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, because I raised you to have your own opinion, and I'm not going to say that you're wrong or right. This is just my take on it. Abortion ends a human life. That is a fact. That's indisputable. It's science. It ends a human life. Now, I think we could do better on demonizing sex as a culture so that school systems, social systems, and parents can actually talk to their kids about it, because right now, in a public eye, everybody says sex is bad. You're not going to teach that to my kids in school. You're not going to teach them about sex. I'm like, well,
abstinence
no shit.
Is not.
Why aren't you going to teach your kids about a natural bodily function that we have to have as animals to procreate and continue to make more humans that they're going to learn about?
Yeah.
They're going to learn about it. When I had my talk with you and I had my talk with Vicky, all I said is that I suggest you don't. It feels really good. It's awesome, but be careful, because especially with your sister, I told her she can be used, she can be hurt emotionally, to be careful. And with you, I was like, be careful, because you can make a baby. And you guys were careful, and you went through the same thing I went when I was your age, going up through school. I did what I did, but the problem I have is that you don't get pregnant like you catch a cold. It is the result of a conscious act. And anytime I start down this line, the next thing they say is, well, what about rape victims and what about incest? I have to remind everybody that rape and incest account for less than 1/1% of all the abortions performed in the United States. Statistically, they are simply because the woman doesn't want the child or doesn't want to have a baby. So here's my question. Instead of attacking the end result, why don't we loosen up on our archaic, religion-based, moral, legal morality in our culture of demonizing sex and not talking about it and not educating our kids about it? Because you know what they don't have a lot of in Europe? Abortions. They have them, but they don't have them near as many as they have here in the United States. Why? Because Europe isn't hung up on sex. They're just not hung up, which is funny because you know what the number one cash business is right now? The number one cash business right now.
Brothels?
Nope. When all the good-looking housewives and girlfriends lost their jobs or got...
That's what I said, brothels, prostitution.
No.
No?
They all lost their jobs. They went home, and they started an OnlyFans page. And for $10 a month or $5 a month or $5 a picture, they can put on their bikinis and lingerie, and guys go in there and buy it. And that's a multi-billion-dollar business that sprung up because of this pandemic.
And whoever owns OnlyFans is obviously getting
rolling
the dough because he's getting he's getting a cut in every one of those people.
Absolutely. So here we have an OnlyFans that crops up because of this pandemic. That women are making. They're not going back to work. They're not going back to work they're.
Hey Davis, can you not sleep right now? Or like
get into conversation with us, man.
I don't want to talk about any of this. Well, then just, I mean, you're right there in the middle of the shot here, just fucking taking a nap there. So,
Davis, get off your phone. Me.
Everybody's digging your knee-high socks.
Yeah,
though.
you guys are all talking about stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to talk about this because I don't care. Abortions, do them. I don't want to pay for them unless it's mine. Okay.
So
what else were you talking about?
The election stuff.
Yeah, I was actually in the middle of
stupid.
a point, and you went on this like moral tirade. So, my point was seeing.
Go ahead.
My point.
I thought you were done.
No.
Sorry.
My point about the Libertarian Party is that it's understanding that even though if you disagree with somebody's lifestyle or life choices, you know, it's none of your business. It's not your decision. You're not going to raise that child. You're not going to have any part in raising that child. You don't understand the socioeconomic positions of the person who's having the child, the relationship that they had, you know, whether or not they're, you know, contraceptives are only like 99% effective. And before Davis says something about putting it in the butt, that's also not a solid tactic. All right? So...
Not with that attitude.
my point being is that, like, even though we disagree on things, you know, like, we will call each other out on, you know, on not being a libertarian. You know, there's positions that people, like, have straight up told me that I'm not a libertarian because I think that, you know, somebody should have the right to end a life. It's like, well, I mean, that life, let's be real, until that life is 18 years old, that that child is that person's responsibility, and I'm not going to have any part or business in raising that child. So it's not my decision.
Yeah, and I get that point of view. However, the choice needs to be made prior to the penis entering the vagina on both parties, not just the woman. It's not just the woman's responsibility. As a man, you need to take that. That's where the choice comes, in my opinion, because sex is not something that we need to survive.
All right.
We can make the choice to abstain. We can make the choice to do something else. We can make the choice to take a chance knowing the outcome. But regardless of what our opinions are about it, the bottom line is abortion ends a human life. Davis?
All right. What I was going to say is I don't think they should be considered people until they're old enough to buy a firearm and vote. So,
And what kind of firearm would they buy?
well, PTR, of course. But if like your 9-year-old's giving you too much lip,
It
you're
only
like,
took us almost 45 minutes into the show.
yeah, you know what happens? Like, I'm gonna put you in a situation that I want, right? I have a 9-year-old.
Davis-
Kid gives me too much lip.
Feeling Davis up?
Throw that shitter in the dumpster. Be like, boarded.
No.
Problem solved.
So you want abortions to be extended all the way up to 17 years old?
All the way to 18.
All the way to 18?
Yep. At that point in time, you have human rights. Until then, you don't.
Nah, it's.
It don't matter. None of this matters.
I know people say it's child abuse. I know it's not going to be a super popular opinion,
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Definitely not.
but it's also.
But
none of my
everybody's-
business. So,
Yeah. I don't give a shit. I'm not the one pushing babies out my vagina.
I
So
also
if you
think
wanna
that
do
if
it,
someone
good
wants
on
to
you.
Buy smack, go shoot up, and die in a hotel bathroom. That's their choice.
Yeah.
right? Like,
Exactly.
I'm not-
Don't
And I'm sorry.
care.
Like, I'm not. Comparing having an abortion to like as someone doing heroin and shooting up and taking.
Yeah.
Having an overdose. But I'm just saying that it's none of my business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
right
that-
now,
and that-
in historical, right now, abortions are an all-time low. So it's
Yeah.
really just like a red herring that somebody can just toss
Yeah.
into the bucket and stir shit up
Yep.
and just make it more and more division. And
And-
it's really not even something that's an actual.
And I tell ya-
it is. But that's where that education comes from. That's where like, actually, and Planned Parenthood has that education. So it's not. It's not just.
And I
abortions
think
that are
and I think
going on.
abortions are at an all-time low because of the choices being made. And because of the precautions being made, which is what we
Possibly
need to
the education.
concentrate on.
I mean, we went to I went to Hutto, and it was like some small podunk town with like 1,200 people in it, 1,600 people in it. We had a pretty progressive sexual education, if I remember correctly. I remember.
Yeah, well, I signed.
All the guys got together in the fourth or fifth grade. We
Yeah.
all went to the guy counselor, and he told us about. Like
The changes that were
that
coming.
were coming, and what middle school is going to be like, and stuff like that, and like this and that, and we talked about babies, and I remember that.
So Quick Witty says switch Big Beard with Sleepy Guy. The only problem is Big Beard is that, or the only problem, Quick Witty, is that Big Beard's driving the train right now.
Yeah. Stick up here on the couch.
All right, so what have we learned so far? Biden didn't win the election.
An abortion.
Trump's
going to
win. Trump's going to win. Libertarians need to get off their ass and get their platform starting today, not in 3 years. Today. Start at the local level. We need to get local people elected. We had a couple libertarians elected in Texas.
What's your opinion of Wayne Allen Root? Because he was the Libertarian vice president. He's now a Republican again, and a big Trump supporter. But he was a Libertarian vice president and candidate in 2008 with Bob Barr.
In 2008, I wasn't voting Libertarian. I was a Republican.
Yeah, that was before things got.
That's before. Well, that's before. Really, I started getting into this type of stuff, and I stopped listening to
Rush Limbaugh.
Rush Limbaugh for one, who has been extremely entertaining. He was extremely entertaining Wednesday, though. I will have to tell you that.
You bought what's it called? Steal This Album and Toxicity from System of a Down, and I remember
That's what did it. That's what did it.
Writing to not middle school, that private school that you guys sent me to that one.
Yeah. Out in
Blasting
Taylor.
System of a Down, listening to Prison Song.
And when research and successful drug policy shows that treatment should be increased, and law enforcement decreased, and abolishing mandatory minimum sentences.
Those guys foresaw all of this.
The
All of
music
it.
was
All of
much
it.
better
It's actually the current,
back then.
the administration elects theme song for the next 4 years.
Well, if I ever run for president, that's going to be my theme song.
Going to dismantle all the industrial complexes.
All of it. And that's another thing libertarians are for. They're doing away with the drug war, taking money out of the drug war and out of the system and putting it towards rehab and helping people get out of their drug habits.
Not raise my taxes so we can have us $800 billion military budget.
Yeah, exactly.
Out of our 1.3 trillion.
Pull out of all the other countries that we have no business being in. Let them,
153 occupied countries.
Yeah, let them all fail. Let them fail if they're going to fail. We don't need to be there. We don't need to be messing around with that.
Now, if somebody wants to like start a charity fund and I'll do all that shit, like I mean, fucking what's his name? Not Kanye, but Akon. Akon, when he left music, he just went and started putting solar panel farms out in Africa. Now he's providing electricity to millions of Africans. Yeah. And you know what? He didn't have to put a gun to anybody's head to get that done.
He didn't have to go take over a small country and then change their government.
He just did it.
He just went out there and did it. Yeah, Elon Musk. Instead of giving all his money to NASA, he just said, "Screw you guys."
Now here's
go do this myself.
Now here's a question. Elon Musk has stated that his Mars colonies would not be bound to earthly laws. So, would you volunteer to go to Mars if it's a libertarian?
Be a dictator? Absolutely. I'd rule with an iron fist. I would be the first Martian emperor.
Yeah, no. If I went to
and then
Mars,
I would build up a military, and I'd fly back to Earth and blow it up.
Yeah, no. If there was like a Martian government, right? I would be elected the Mars Czar.
The Mars Czar?
The Mars Czar.
The Mars Czar.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
Czar of Mars.
I'm going to be real with you. I would just be happy to be there.
And then on top of that, the first thing I'm going to do, Pluto's a planet again. Earth is stupid.
Well, I mean, we'd be there, and then
I'm going to shoot a giant thing into
the ice.
Well,
Is Elon Musk not wanting to be bound by earthly laws because of the what's it called, the bestiality?
Yeah.
The what?
The
do you know what's going to happen?
Interspecies, intersectional sex.
Do you know what's going to happen once Elon Musk sets up his like colony of badassery on Mars?
What's that?
Okay, roll with me on this.
All right, I'm rolling with you. Go
Genetically engineered cat girls. Because you can't do it here on Earth. Mars, no fucking rules.
Actually,
then you export them shits.
Didn't they just like
no, I think it was
genetically engineer
a pig person? Yeah, no.
But and then like pig people too?
Yeah, that was like China or Korea came up with pig people.
Came up with the pig person.
But that's not as cool as cat girls.
Do you want Dr. Moreau's Island? Because that's how you get Dr. Moreau's Island.
Yeah, no, I'm just excited because like space Mars sounds bad fucking ass. Because I could do so much cool shit up there.
Go ahead. What do you have to say?
Whatever.
Well, to answer your question, Alex, apparently bestiality was only recently made illegal in Texas. So I think it was the past legislative cycle. One of those weird laws that they passed.
True.
Dude, I don't know.
That is not true.
I was just trying to make a joke about interspecies sex with aliens.
But they made a very specific line. Why are we wasting time with this? It's disgusting that people even would consider doing that.
That is not true.
And how do you know that?
How do I know that?
Well,
because I went through 2 police academies in 1 year.
And how do I know that? Is because I follow weird bills that come out of the Texas legislature every year. Now, the one thing that people don't really talk about.
In Texas, it is illegal to give blowjobs, have sex in the anus of a man or a woman, and it is illegal.
I thought that was struck down with this by the Supreme Court about 15 years ago.
It might have been. It's still in the penal code.
The sodomy code.
It's still in the penal code.
Yeah. Listen, I don't want to hear
Not
nothing
penile,
about
penal.
We're going to move to Mars and make it the next super Republican planet.
No, we're going to move to Mars.
No, I'm going to move to Mars, and I'm going to just do nothing but send probes into your anus.
It's going to be a totalitarian dictatorship with me in charge.
Unless they find oil on Mars,
we're never going to make it.
Republicans ain't going to go to Mars.
Republicans have no interest in it.
Yeah, they're like. Yeah. See, that's why you have to go. I just can't wait until like I'm able to go to like fly up to that. What is it? Jupiter that has the eye, the giant storm, and I want to hock
the gas giant.
Yeah, I want to hock a loogie into it, just like and be like, holy shit,
right in the eye.
Which is like 3 times the size. The giant red spot's like 3 times the size of Earth. Now the thing that the thing that nobody talks about with interstellar travel, food. You got to give up meat unless they can figure out how to grow enough meat in a petri dish.
Interstellar food. What's up with that?
Yeah. Have you not heard of chickens? You can grow them little shits everywhere.
Hey, the chickens just they grow
Yeah. Be like,
everywhere.
You know what I'm having? Space chicken. You know what's also good? Space cow. If I have the issue of making a spaceship, I'm going to put a space pasture so I can have space cows and space chickens
What
and
about
space turkeys.
What
and
about plant-based proteins?
Yeah. What about those?
no.
What about almonds?
Yeah, I don't want to have no space nuts in my mouth, okay? I want space meat. Okay.
You want the shaft, not the balls? Is that what you're saying?
You could dehydrate. You can dehydrate. You can just go up there with like 40 pounds of beef jerky and be good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. You know how much it takes to rehydrate these nuts?
All right.
You brought this upon yourself.
No,
Like,
you did.
We should
Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep.
No, you have awakened the giant of anger. Okay, and I warned you that unfettered autism will come at you unless I'm left to my own devices. But
Reel
no,
it in.
Yellow
Reel it in.
notepad right there.
reel it in.
Reel it
The
in.
yellow, yeah.
Stupid.
Simmer it down.
Simmer down nothing. You don't have to simmer down shit in space. Ask Elon Musk that. Stuff self simmers. What did you do?
My table was uneven. It was bothering me.
I don't think we ever got to my ending point. I forgot what it was about.
Space.
It's about libertarians
In space.
and how we need to get our shit together for the next 4 years.
Oh, I was gonna say well, Democrats and Republicans need to start holding their party accountable because libertarians do it and it fucks up the party.
Yeah, it's true. Damn you, character and integrity.
Well, it's like it's wild to me that like some libertarians, some Torytarians, were like, "Oh, I'm not going to vote for Jo Jorgensen because she said that all Black lives matter and blah 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 blah, and she's solid. She's taking the sides of the Marxists and whatnot." And then they literally go vote for Trump, who said that we should take the guns first, due process second, ban bump stocks. Was looking at banning 3D guns because he didn't understand it.
Yeah.
Like all these unconstitutional,
That's your boy. That's your boy, Leland.
Policies and tweets that he just had to go and just
Trump
kinda
actually
tweet out there, and then not vote for somebody just because off of one thing. And it's just
Trump actually did more to take away guns and infringe on gun rights than any president prior to him.
Oh man, it's that 4D just and by executive order, not even like he signed a bill. It was just by
That's how they all did it.
No.
George Bush did it.
No, they did not.
George Bush signed an executive order basically banning completely assembled rifles to be imported into the country. So you have to use X amount of. Davis, it's what? What was the executive order where you have to have like X amount of percentage of parts?
922R.
There was a law.
I thought it was executive order.
922R is 922R was an ATF sort of like directive that they were told to do, which was super stupid. So unless it meant a certain amount of check marks for a sporting purpose, it couldn't be imported. So that's the reason why parts kits. Obama came through and then made that worse by making. So not only did it have to get past the sporting purpose, like bullshit law, under Obama they also made it where now certain components can't be made overseas. Period for like parts kits, which is just
now he is right. It was by executive order.
yeah.
In
For what?
For 920
922R.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that went through I thought that went through.
No, most of the ATF rulings,
like
other
the
than-
assault weapons ban. That was a law.
Yeah, but that wasn't. That
was in
wasn't
94.
That yeah, but that wasn't through the ATF. That was just a national deal. But
But
for
the
like,
NFA was a law passed by Reagan.
yeah, but all the other ones, like most of the other gun laws, other than the NFA Act in 1986 and then the 1934 National Firearms Act.
Yeah, the
Whatever.
violent crime law, the Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act of 1994.
Yeah, that's an assault weapons ban, but that was a law, not.
Yeah, that was a law.
Yeah.
Maybe I got them confused.
Yeah, but the ones that we're talking about have been the
ATF rulings.
yeah, the ATF rulings have been pushed by the president because they pretty much are like, okay, fine, we'll do it. because we're the ATF and we're the worst
need
agency
funding.
ever, and we need funding so we could, shoot people in their cabins out in the woods of Idaho or burn down a building in Waco.
Those dogs.
Yeah, and shoot dogs. Yeah. No.
Or
no.
sell them fuel filters on Wish.
Yeah, right. Would you like to buy this fuel filter on Wish that's definitely not ATF? No.
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 I love my dog too much.
Yeah. Kind of like not.
But that's 3 Republican
Yeah.
presidents that have passed
Anti-gun
laws
stuff.
or executive orders against
Which is more than
against their
any.
Second Amendment.
I mean, I'd say, well,
Obama did the ban Kalashnikovs.
Just from Russia,
Just from Russia.
yeah.
which
That was just an import ban for financial reasons. That wasn't the style.
And really,
of gun.
that boosted the AK market in the United States.
Big
so
time.
well, yeah, but
I
the
guess thanks, Obama.
domestic made AKs have only recently in the last year have gotten almost decent quality. Before that, they were completely ass.
That's because they were trying to improve on the greatest weapons platform ever devised.
No,
Even
No.
even Kalashnikov was like, I have no idea why I put the charging handle on the right hand side.
yeah, he was like, this was a really stupid idea.
I was drunk.
Yeah, I should have put all this stuff on the left hand side.
I've gotten vodka too much, and
The
now
only-
everybody has my rifle.
All right, so I'm going to give you, there's only 2 countries that have gotten the AK right, and you will have to guess them.
Argentina
No.
and China.
Also no. And no. Alex?
Poland.
No.
Oh damn. Czechoslovakia.
Also no. Pfft, they don't do
Finland. I don't know. What?
Finland was one of them, yeah. And then there's one more. Wait, the Galil wasn't one of them? No, that's a copy of a Finnish gun. The Galil's a copy of the RK-62. Well, no, that was straight up just they were like, "Ew, we can't make stuff, so we'll just borrow Finland's
I don't know what
homework."
the other one is. Finland and
Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Yeah, SIG.
Switzerland.
Yeah, with their
With all
should be
their
more like
watchmaking.
Switzerland.
yeah. No,
Honestly, I was looking at their government. They have a constitutional federal republic, and I was like, that's pretty base.
yeah,
That's badass.
and they have like a population of like 10 people.
Is that Sweden
Yeah.
Switzerland.
or Switzerland?
Switzerland.
Oh, yeah, and everybody owns a gun there.
Yeah, Sweden is still a kingdom, if I'm not mistaken.
Everybody owns a gun because every adult between the age of 18 and 50 is part of the
34.
reserve.
They have they have to prepare to go to war with the snow.
Exactly.
They have to prepare to go for wars that they never get involved in.
They're like, oh, snow was extra heavy this year, Hans. Get ready. And they're
oh,
like,
and then they have to protect the Pope.
all right, yeah, well, ooh, that's actually a really cool thing. I actually did
That's
a
like
lot
their
of
big
reading on
thing.
that.
All right.
Why are you doing that? It's so loud.
I don't know.
But
that was very loud.
back to the trunk of my point here, before we keep branching out. Why is it that Republicans and Democrats can't hold Republicans and Democrats not hold their party accountable and take them to task and actually
Yeah.
instead of towing the
Yeah.
party line?
Yeah.
Why can't they ever?
The,
be like,
the,
hey,
the simple answer:
this is-
they're
this
a
is
bunch of
wrong.
pussies.
This
They're a bunch of pussies that think that they're going to
Pussies is
offend
what?
people.
But you come in here
those
and
guys.
spout nothing but
Trump is different from the Republicans. He's pissed off the Republicans because he's actually the closest thing to a
is that why
libertarian.
70 million
He's
of
been
them-
getting us out of these foreign conflicts.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, he has. How many wars has he started? 0. How many troops has he brought
wars,
home?
How many wars did Obama start?
Like 12.
Oh, did he? Name them.
I actually have a list. Let's see here.
Go for it.
Give me 1 second, Davis. Why don't you take over real quick while I'm looking this up?
So,
yeah, quick witty. I agree. We need a fact checker.
Davis, can you fact check that real quick?
Yeah.
Yep, I fact checked it, and the facts say I don't care. I mean, you already know my foreign and global policy. We should just sit there and be like, "Hey, you cool?" And they're like, "No." And we're like, "Piss off, tomahawk them." They go like, "Go away," and then we never put a single boot on the ground.
No.
If they're like being a piece of shit, we just give them a good old tomahawking. You know?
Tomahawk the crap out of them, go home.
Yeah, or the other idea, okay, bring back the Mighty Mo and just park it on the coast and then just have like a flag that just says, "Do you remember what we did to the Japanese?" And then they'll be like, "I don't want that." It'd be like, "We don't even have to fly planes over you." And it'll be like, "Oh, you're being a piece of shit and you're gonna start stuff." It'd be like, "Just bring up a little battleship and like a carrier group with like a giant flag and just be like, bam."
Tomahawk.
Yeah, and then if they start shit, we tomahawk them and then we leave. Not a single person. I don't even want to fly drones over countries. Just
because Trump still sold arms to Israel. He still sold arms to Saudi Arabia, who is pretty much committing genocide of Yemen right now. We still sold arms to, who else did we sell arms to?
not enough countries.
Obviously, Iraq, Afghanistan, all the same guys that we have been jerking off for the last 20 years. You know,
I mean, I'm good with selling guns to people, but sell guns to both sides like Russia does. Okay? I don't care. If they want to kill each other, that's not my fucking prerogative. But if it makes us money...
But let's make some money off it. I'm totally down with that.
I'm good with it. But then if they point them at us, that's when we roll up with the Mighty Mo and...
Like Armenia and Azerbaijan, they're like, whoa, hey, guys. Whoa, hey, we sold you all this stuff because we thought you were going to be chill. All right?
But then they weren't.
But then they weren't chill.
I'm like, that's your problem. And then if they say
they were far from chill.
Yeah, then they were like, well, this is your fault. That's when we were like, hey, no, you. And then if they do anything to like harm an American, then we tomahawk them back to the Stone Age. And then I'm like, you figure it out amongst yourself. I don't give a shit.
With 1 minute left in the fourth quarter, the New England Patriots 27, the 0-8 New York Jets 27.
Let's go to overtime. Oh boy. Okay, so war started by Obama. Operation Ocean Shield, 2009 through 2016.
Is that a war or is that a military
That's a
operation?
military operation. That's not a war.
Okay, international intervention in. Technically, we haven't been in a war since what, the World War II? Because the Korean War wasn't even a declared war, was it?
We had congressional declaration of war in 2000 and.
Was it not? Was the Gulf War congressionally declaration?
91 was.
Okay, so we haven't had any actual declarations since.
91 was, and then 2003.
Global, yeah,
I thought that
war
technically
against
wasn't.
Iraq.
Yeah.
International intervention in Libya, 2011. Let's see, Operation Observant Compass, 2011 through
These
17.
are operations.
That's not a war.
These are not
American-led
wars.
intervention in Iraq, 2014 to present.
We were already in that.
American-led intervention in Syria, 2014 to present.
We were already in that.
Yemen Civil War, 2015 to present. American intervention in Libya. So we basically haven't entered into any new conflicts during the Trump presidency.
I will give him that, but he hasn't ended.
He hasn't ended any. Oh, but hold on. Yes, he did. A big one. He negotiated and ended the Korean War finally.
Okay.
Yes.
Men's softball pitch up in this bitch. With that.
Hey, that was 70 years.
Yeah, he's the first American president to meet with the leader of North Korea.
Yeah.
And actually visit North Korea.
You know what?
10
I
feet
don't
into
like,
North Korea.
I don't like Trump any more than you do. But you got to give the man props where he's due props.
Okay, but do you think that if Kim Jong-un's dad, whatever his name is, Kim
Il.
Kim Jong-il?
was still alive, do you think it would have went down the way it went down?
Probably not.
Oh, no, it would have went down even better.
It's just like this guy this
No.
teddy bear that grew up and likes to kill his like stepbrother or half brother.
No. I understand, but that leader was in place under Obama.
What I'm trying to say is if Kim Jong-il was still here and he was like, oh, Donald Trump, and then they would have like hung out and then just been weird, gross old guys together. So they would have been like, we are making one Korea again.
Screw you, Hans Bricks.
As long as I get to hang out with this dude and be a piece of shit. Yeah.
So
that's what would have happened.
You guys gave me shit for using that broken Korean accent a few shows ago. But you both
that was from Team America, sir.
Well, Davis is,
Damn you, Alec Baldwin! What?
Why do you scream so loud into a mic? You actually put it closer to your mouth when you scream. You know that, right? Good Lord. Anyway.
I actually looked behind me. I thought someone was behind me when they said that.
That was a good movie, by the way.
Yeah.
Also,
right.
I don't know
we
if
probably shouldn't be doing any of that, regardless. But especially not you, Leland.
Okay,
Yeah.
Hans Bricks.
but me and Alex are allowed to. You honkies don't get to.
I can do whatever the hell I want.
Shut up, white person.
Yeah, whatever.
Canceled. Too
All right.
white.
Shut up, colonizer.
Yeah, colonizer. Get the hell out.
Yeah, well, my ancestors did come to America first.
Yeah, suck it, Christopher Columbus.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Not Christopher Columbus.
No, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
beat him. We
That's
came
what I
over
was saying.
here.
That's
It's
what I
like
was
there is absolutely nothing here that we were gonna die for, so we got in our boats and went back.
That's not true. We're like, hey, it's cold over here on this gigantic fucking
Yeah, so
ice rock
they-
in the middle of the.
And there's people shooting at us, and we don't know why.
actually no. You guys are.
like some fur for our whale fat. And
You
they were
guys
like,
are-
Yeah, that sounds dope.
Yeah, they actually had small outposts like that were in the areas around
Yeah,
like
up
Nova
around
Scotia.
Nova Scotia and Maine.
And they were hanging out and they were doing cool shit. And then they got drunk and then they got into a fight. And they were like, you know what? We're taking our cool shit and we're leaving because you guys are a bunch of bitches.
Acting
Also,
like a bunch of hosers.
you tomahawked one of my buddies, so we kind of chopped his head off. We're square, we're even. Pea suit, we have cool boats, you don't. And then they went back to Iceland and partied their asses off.
partied their asses off.
Yeah, and hung out in hot
And
springs.
then they
played
just
with their
And then they
gnomes.
just went back to the known and went back to England and Ireland and Scotland and raped and pillaged and got more women.
Well, yeah, because those people were super stupid and didn't know how to fight back. Apparently,
right.
So could we actually get back to what the? It's we'll finish my point and then we can move on. We're gonna
All right.
get back down.
Go ahead.
And I have a question for Leland as to why the Republican Party won't hold their party accountable, and just
Well, the simple answer is they're
Ask better.
pussies. But to answer your question, they have a lot of policies. They still like their big government programs, which is bullshit. They like to spend taxpayers' money, which is bullshit. We should have a humble foreign policy. We should get out of all these damn wars. We shouldn't be supporting the military-industrial complex. We shouldn't be regulating how people's lives live. If you want to be an anonymous person, so be it. Do your own fucking thing.
Okay,
And you're
so
absolute-
here's my question, Leland. Why the hell are you a Republican and not a Libertarian?
I've tried to be with the Libertarian, but they're a bunch of fucking assholes, backstabbing assholes. And I figured it's better to get, and also the fact is that if you can do what Trump did and use the term hijack, I'll use that term, hijack the Republican Party to get into the debates, to get ballot access, and to get the people that'll be like, I'm only going to vote R, I'm not going to vote L.
So why were you one of those people? Like, why are we just now hearing this all from you right now? For the past 3 months, it's just been like
Trump.
I'm
Republican,
still Trump,
Republican.
because Trump is basically 80% of Rand Paul, but he was a fanatic with a personality and an ego that got his ass into the White House and will keep his ass in the White House.
You do
the
know
White House though. I mean,
you do know, Leland, that all these shows are archived, right?
I know.
Okay,
I know.
so anybody can go back
yeah.
and see that you have changed your tune drastically.
Yes. Also, I really wanted to say this: stabbing assholes from the back is awesome. Because apparently that's all we are.
And for the record, I always was the Ron Paul guy, so everyone knows where I stand with things. Okay, I've
you
always been one of those
you never-
paleocon conservatives.
you never,
But so
as long as we've had the show for at least the past this election season.
Because I'm trying to stay on topic, believe it or not. All right, so if you want me to go off on left field about all the inner workings of the Republican Party, I could do that. But I was just trying to stay on topic. Because then people would be like, oh, he's just going all Wikipedia nerd stats shit, and then we lose our audience.
do you watch the show?
You actually watch the archives? I'm on the show.
That's what we do. We just did that. We just went and got facts. If you want to bring facts, bring facts. But when I first met you, Leland, you were great at regurgitating talking points.
Yes.
You were the talking point king.
So you want me to go back to that?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But stand for something.
I am standing for
I know,
something.
but this is the first time we're hearing this. Now
Yeah, this is the first time we're hearing this now.
Winner. Now he's not on top.
And you
Now
know
he's
what?
reverting
An
towards-
hour and 10 minutes into the show, fuck Mitt Romney. You've never been a Republican. You've never been a conservative. You're a fucking rhino, which is a Republican in name only. And a lot of these people are like that to get elected because the con people say, well, he's got an R after his name. No, that type of person shouldn't get through the primary.
This just in, Patriots have won the game on a last-minute field goal, 30-27.
They've always had a good kicker.
Who are they playing?
The New York Jets, who are now 0-9.
Ouch. After leading the whole game.
And
Ouch.
And they're probably going to go have the first round draft pick. Well, where did Mike go now? Now I'm ready for the NFL picks.
Do we have I think he went to the bathroom. The question is, unlike the Lions, would their ownership group actually do something with their first round draft pick?
Hold on.
Oh, I don't know. It's the Jets, man. They haven't been good for decades.
I'm sorry. We just discovered this new international house of pancake of a flip flop from Leland here,
I know.
and I feel like
Huge flip flop. You feel we should investigate this more?
I've never
think-
supported Mitt Romney.
I
actually, believe it or not,
Leland. Who said anything about Mitt Romney?
All right, that guy sucks. All right.
Who said anything about
I
Mitt
did.
Romney? You did.
I did.
You did.
And I actually voted for.
But hold on.
You can't steer your answer.
Hold
away from
on.
the question.
First of all, no one mentioned anything about Mitt Romney. All we're making the statement is that you were diehard in the wool Republican.
Oh, Trump hat and everything.
Trump hat,
I
mega
was
hat, which you're
diehard
not wearing
Trump.
today. Before
Because
Trump,
because I had a
Trump,
haircut.
when I knew you, you were anti-Obama,
Mm-hmm.
pro-Republican. You were basically our version of Rush Limbaugh.
But if you're
and
asking,
you had every talking point down that you got that you can hear on Fox News or Breitbart or any of them. You had every talking point down. You were diehard Republican, not Trump. You didn't just float on over to the Republicans after Trump became the nominee. You're a Republican since I've known you, and I've known you for years.
And
so now, tonight, all of a sudden, the only reason that you're for Trump is because Trump is different and not a Republican. So basically what I'm hearing is that you're a closet libertarian. Alex, did I call that right?
I'm a closet patriot.
Fair weather patriot. Fair weather
fair-
libertarian.
Except for the Libertarian Party has gone too far left wing for my tastes. Everyone knows this. You
what does
didn't
that
know
mean?
How
this.
the hell does the Libertarian Party go left wing?
What do you mean? In what instance
way?
do you mean?
Open borders. First of all, you don't have a country if you don't have defined borders.
We are not
We
for
we
open
have
borders.
We have no. It's
let's see,
Hold on, go ahead, Alex.
It's pro-immigration.
Yes.
All right. It's pro-immigration in a sense that you still come over, you still get documented, but it's a lot easier. All right.
And the vice presidential candidate you guys had in 2016, he was anti-gun. He was to the left of Mitt Romney.
So what?
Yeah.
But you're asking.
Bill
You asked the
Weld
question.
was
Why
not
don't
good.
why don't people, the Democrats and the Republicans, police their own? I just did. I just criticized the problems with the Republican Party.
Just now.
Just now.
Now that it's not a popular position.
Haven't I said that in the past?
No. This is absolutely the very first time ever you've ever said anything like this.
So all this being said, let me get that hat.
You're not burning my hat.
Let me get that hat.
We gotta
You're
get
not going
that
to burn
hat,
my
man.
hat.
We gotta burn
so
that hat.
so I'm not going to wear that hat here again because you guys will burn it.
Probably.
We would never forcibly take it from you while you're
Yeah, you
over.
guys believe in property
Well,
rights.
Yeah.
exactly.
Damn it.
And non-aggression pact. So
Damn it. But yeah, no, libertarians took a stance of, the non-aggression principle, the golden rule. That is actually, I learned about the golden rule from Ron Paul.
yeah.
We teach our kids the golden rule. Don't hit people. Don't take their stuff.
Don't
If
do to
somebody wants
others
to
what
come
you
to
wouldn't
this
want to
country-
happen to you.
So the problem with immigration isn't immigration. The problem with immigration is the welfare benefits that that we just shovel out, and it's just completely what's the word I'm looking for?
Plus a big problem with immigration is it's so hard for people without money to get into the country.
Who are people who are trying to run away from cartels and shit? Who are trying to get out of, most of them aren't even Mexican nationals. Most of them that come up through are
from South America.
And another criticism I have of the Libertarian Party is they have too many of the sovereigns that do not practice the non-aggression principle. Adam Kokesh, for one. The Lowbirds have a whole podcast about that.
No,
He's a con man. There's too many con men and grifters. That's the problem.
Okay, so what you're doing then?
I'm gonna pick out very.
Hold on. So what you're doing then, Leland, is you're holding the Libertarian Party to an extremely high standard, where you're willing to accept and make compromises for being a Republican. Yes. I don't think he understood my question.
No.
I don't think he understood my question.
See, and that's what I was saying is that libertarians hold. I don't think
it's like Ron Paul. He actually went to the Libertarian Party to try to run for president in 1988. Didn't win. They wanted him back in Congress, or he rejoined the Republican Party. I've always been a Rand Paul supporter.
Yeah, but Rand Paul isn't Ron Paul.
That's why he's having more success. Occasionally, you have to do diplomacy
with
people.
Was in politics for 30 plus years.
Oh, it was more than that. I thought it was like 40 or 50 years, something like that.
33 years, and probably even longer than that. And he kept.
Okie.
What does Okie say?
Trump junkie.
This is getting awkward, like an intervention or something. All right, we're gonna lay you off, man. Time to do football picks.
All right.
Yes.
None of us. Oh, that's right. The Cowboys lost at the last second, but they actually put on a really, really impressive showing against the Steelers.
All right. What were our picks last week?
Yeah, Mike. Davis, what were our picks?
What?
What was our picks last week?
Seattle's and the Bills.
Seattle and Bills. Seattle lost.
Yeah. So
did I pick the Bills?
No.
I didn't pick the Bills.
No, yeah, you did. All right, so you have the Google and stuff.
I got it up. Yep.
All right, so we picked the Seattles and the Bills.
Seattle and the Bills. Seattle's lost.
Lions
44
and
to 34. Minnesota won. 34 to 20.
Pittsburgh and Cowboys.
Pittsburgh won.
The Bucks and the Saints.
The Saints big. 38 to 3.
The Giants and Washington.
And Giants squeaked one out 23 to 20.
And then it was the Ravens and the Colts.
Ravens 24-10.
Okay.
Bird team.
Let me put it in. I'm gonna do the tabulations.
All right, we'll look ahead to.
Hold on. Oh God! Why'd you pick the Lions?
I always pick the Lions, man.
I'm not talking about you. Obviously, you always pick the Lions. Oh, that was a dumb idea.
Pittsburgh is 8-0. Tyler Shields, you are correct. Let's see. Are we ready?
No, not yet. Hold on. I'm reveling in my greatness.
How many did you get?
Oh, I'm not done.
God damn, dude.
Shut your hole.
You can't tell us how much you got.
Nope. Not until everything's tabulated, okay? Unlike these states in this bullshit election, I wait until everything is tallied. So you shut your hole and wait until I wrap up the damn thing.
Are you sure Pelosi didn't have anything to do with your tabulation?
Stupid bitch. Keep her hands off my scores.
You were sleeping?
Yeah, you're sitting out here sleeping and bullshitting the whole time. You could have been doing this.
Because you guys made me my butt telling me to be off my phone, so I do this out of spite.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's what happens. Oh, never mind.
That is bright out here.
3. Told you. You're like, no, it's not.
Yeah, we got to fix the lighting.
2.
You're also professional. You know how many lights they use.
Holy shit, Davis.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be.
Someone's selling a Polish Mosin for $875.
Polish Mosins go for around like 600 ish.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, Polish Mosins are super high quality and they're not as common. So
Hey,
they
I would
sell
like
for a
to.
lot.
Hey, good looking out, Alex. Sending me that link, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that was bullshit. What the hell, Instagram? I can't send gun links to my dad.
Oh, yeah, dude, no. Instagram has been blocking gun posts for like 6 or 7 months at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so. I guess you usually send me gun links on
Text.
through text. Yeah. It's like we've deemed this. What's it called?
Signal. That just sounds like a right-wing Nazi. Doesn't it?
All right, you guys.
Just signal.
Shut up. You guys ready? Who did the worst?
Probably me.
Close. Second worst.
I didn't do the worst.
Yeah.
I didn't do the worst.
Yeah, you.
I did not do the worst.
What your Lions win for once?
Yeah.
No, the Lions lost.
He picked the Bills
They won.
and the Ravens.
They won.
Everything else was wrong.
Oh, that's bullshit.
I'm looking at it right here.
2 out of what?
2 out of 6.
2 out of 6.
Yeah, that's not bad odds. Man.
Yeah.
I'll take those
Do you know what the best part is?
It's pretty good for a Lions fan. That's a
Me-
winning season.
Me and Chuck were the top pickers. And I was the only one to choose the Giants when everybody else picked Washington.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
Wait,
All right.
Which Washington?
That team from Washington.
Yeah, the Capital football team. The Seahawks lost to the Bills, which is bullshit.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. No, but yeah,
8mm Mauser. You know?
And then Tampa Bay just
me and Chuck got
Got
4 picks
drugged.
correct, and then Patty and Leland got 3, and Mike Allen and
Got
Okie and Randy got 2.
damn. All right, here we go. First 2 teams
All right, hold on.
on the board.
Give me the name list.
And I
real quick.
gotta switch back and forth. Tyler, you guys get ready. We're gonna do picks.
All right, give me the name list.
First one. Oh, the name list is me, you, Leland, Randy, Tyler,
That's too fast.
and then Quick Witty. If you want to get on this, we'll add you to the list if you're still around. And Chuck Licata. I don't think Chuck's tuned in.
Randy. So I got me, you, Leland, Okie, Randy, and who else? Patty, I guess.
Patrick.
Patty's probably being.
Patty,
All right, Patty.
Chuck, Okie,
I already got Okie, Chuck, and is that it?
and then Randy.
I
You got Randy already? Okay.
Yeah. All right, what's the first one? I guess.
All right. First game is Detroit and the team from Washington. You know who I'm picking.
You know what's funny?
What's that?
All right, so you're gonna get an L for this, which is for the Lions, and everybody else is gonna get a W for Washington.
Well, that's if they pick. Tyler Shields picks the Lions, so screw you.
I'll pick the team that wins. That starts with a W, I guess.
All right, Randy, Patty, and Chuck.
Hey, hey,
All right. So I
Okay,
need
we'll
to
go on to
find
the
this.
next one. I'll go back and we'll catch up.
All right, what's the next one?
Okay, the next one up.
Did you just dip pizza in queso?
What the hell is that?
German corn? sounds like German corn to me.
Dude, pizza and queso sounds so fucking.
That sounds
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Patrick dipped his pizza in queso because I guess he couldn't be bothered to be here tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, what an
Because he was supposed to have sexy time. Guess that didn't happen.
All right, well, who's the next team?
Eagles and Giants.
Why are we picking those?
Oh, I don't know. Hold on. Hold
That's
on.
not right.
Who's up?
We always pick the same couple of teams.
Yeah.
Eagles and Giants aren't those teams.
Seahawks and Rams.
There you go. That's better.
I was just joking about Patrick not being bothered to.
I wasn't. Okay. Who's picking
Randy
what?
Fry, Washington. Tyler Shields, Lions.
I wish I had pizza and queso right now. I was just jealous.
Sounds so good.
All right, so I need Patty and Chuck's choices.
I'm going to pick the Seahawks. I think they're going to bounce
Okay,
back.
Leland. Bird team. Okay. Okie and Randy need to give me Seahawks or Rams. Who's Pittsburgh
Hannah says
playing?
queso sex. Patrick Davis, Seahawks. Patrick, I need your Lions in Washington. Randy Fry, Rams.
All right. So I need Okie, Seahawks, and Rams, and then Patty's
Patty, Washington.
Okay. And then Okie, Seahawks, and Rams.
And Tyler, Seahawks.
All right. And then Chuck is, I guess, not picking?
Chuck's. Yeah, we'll have to put those in the messages for Chuck.
Question marks. Okay.
Bengals, Steelers. Oh, it should be easy.
The Bengals and the Steelers.
Hey, you know what?
No, you're not.
You're not going to do that.
That is the dumbest idea ever.
I think it's going to be my upset special.
Yeah, because you're going to be upset because you picked
You
wrong.
can only pick one upset special, and you always pick the
Like
Lions.
all of them. I always pick the Lions. Is that what you're saying? That's the upset special?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Leland, who do you pick? The Steelers?
Oh, Big Ben Roethlisberger.
Steelers.
Well, you know Chuck's picking the Steelers, so put him down.
Yeah, at least for the
Randy
Steelers.
Fry, Steelers. I think
Patty.
everybody else is going to pick the Steelers.
Pick Okie.
Patrick Davis is taking the Burrow, which I think is the Steelers.
All right. The next one should be the Saints.
And the 49ers.
All right. The 40 poops.
I'm going to take the 49ers. I'm going to take the Saints on this one.
Yeah, that's easy because they're not the 49ers because they're stupid. I literally despise the 49ers.
The Shrimp Po' Boy team.
All right, so the S team. Okay.
That's the New Orleans.
Yeah, obviously because
We know Patty's picking the Saints.
yeah, that's easy. Question mark for Chuck. So I need Okie and Randy on the Saints and the 40 poops.
Tyler Shields, Saints.
Okay. And Randy.
Waiting on Randy. He'll
Come on,
probably pick
Randy.
Randy will pick the Saints.
Probably.
Patrick Davis wants Cincinnati.
Are you joking me?
Nope.
Patty's putting in for the friggin' Bengals.
Ogie's
for the Tigers, for the Kitties.
for the kitties.
Dumbass.
For the kitty cats. It's a good pick, Patty. You and I are going to be laughing at these clowns.
Yeah, when you're not, I'm going to be like, remember that one time I didn't buy a PTR and then decided that I would think that the Bengals would beat the
Bengals
Steelers?
would beat the Steelers. Remember that one time?
Man, that was so stupid. I really should have bought a PTR.
There's no PTR in my gun locker.
Yeah. The fact that this house only has my PTR is morally repugnant.
What is a PT?
Allegedly.
I got a phone, so let's see.
Yeah,
All
look
right,
up
so how many is
PTR.
that?
4 out
That's
of
4
6.
games. So we need 2 more games.
Yeah, the next one is the Green Bay Packers.
Oh no, we got to pick the Cowboys have a bye week.
Okay, so they suck.
If you want to
So
go,
let's pick the Texans. Texans and the Browns.
if you want to go pick up that that M1A1 SOCOM out in San Angelo, let me know. I'll ride out there with you.
The SOCOMs suck.
Well, I picked the bye week for the win with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
What did the SOCOM suck?
The short ones?
I mean,
No, it's a full size M14. It's nice.
16-inch barrel.
Yeah, no, not the totally sweet ass 21 inch.
Yeah.
So you don't get to maximize the muzzle velocity of 308. And it's super loud for like no apparent reason. And
Other than
uses.
to
So loud's bad.
Yeah.
Does it have a compensator? Is that why it's so low?
Yeah. They have these obnoxious ass muzzle brakes on them. And their optics mounts are usually set up for long eye relief optics like red dots and such.
You know, he's just a dream killer, Alex. That's all
am.
he is.
I'm a realist.
Because the initials PTR are not anywhere in it.
And the reason why it's
Isn't
so
your
loud
PTR
with
only,
a
like,
with a
2 inches
compensator,
longer?
or muzzle brake is that the sound is directed back towards you. That's why it's so loud.
All right, Texans
You're
Browns.
pro
I
on
picked the
anyway.
Browns.
All right. What are we talking about? Browns?
Game 5. Texas. Since the Cowboys are off, we'll pick the Texans. Texans
right.
Browns.
Okay. Leland?
Patrick Davis Browns.
Yeah, because he's.
Randy Fry Texans. Okie Browns.
Texas like 1-7 or 2-7.
Oh,
Hey, tell Randy I need his Saints 49ers. pick.
Saints.
Okay.
That was me. I'm flipping back and forth.
The next one is the Packers.
We want the Packers,
Yeah, they've been always picked.
Jags, and Pack. Yeah, who's the Packers fan?
Also me.
Packers.
Yeah,
Packers.
I love my Packers.
I think I'm gonna ask this guy that's selling his BNT GHM9 if he wanted to trade for my NAC 9. Miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So
Right. All right. So who are you gonna pick between the Packers and the Jags?
Packers and the Jags. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Packers on this one.
Yeah, it's good. Leland,
Safe pick.
Okie,
Packers.
Packers,
They're playing the Jaguars, Patrick.
the Jaguars,
Randy Fry, Packers.
the Packers,
Patrick down for the Packers, too.
and the Packers. All right. Is that it?
Yes, Tyler, we know that the foul is superior to the PTR.
That's why I have both.
the mighty foul.
The mighty foul.
Yeah.
They have one for sale here too.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Hold on, they got a M1 Squad Scout for 1,400.
And we're talking about oil filters. We're talking about oil filters.
Wait, why? No, we're talking about guns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stupid. What are they gonna do?
What are we doing wrong right now?
Yeah.
I didn't say you're doing anything wrong. You're doing nothing wrong by letting everybody know what you have. Nothing wrong.
Yeah. When somebody gets bayoneted.
Well, hold on. So why would you want to say, "Oh yeah, we're talking about oil filters"? We're talking
It
about
was
oil
a
filters."
joke. Sorry.
a
I'm
bad-
sorry I rubbed you the
bad
wrong
joke.
way. And you had to jump back and say we're talking about guns. I thought it was funny. Because they're selling an
was
oil
negative.
filter right now that is actually
Wait,
a
wait,
silencer.
wait.
But they're
Oil?
calling it an oil filter.
Wait, oil
So I
and
thought it was funny. I'm sorry. The joke fell flat.
sort of like oil and rubbing you the wrong way.
No. There is an advertisement that they snuck on to Facebook for an oil filter, which is it's a silencer.
I know what that
Very
is.
specific.
Yeah, there's one legal one which
And
yeah.
I
know
thought it
exactly
would be a
what it is.
funny
Inside
joke.
Right. No, and then there's one legal one with the tax stamp where the actual
Yeah, you can get.
what's
a
the
tax
adapter
stamp
is
for-
got the tap stamp and
Yeah.
the tax stamp and you just put the oil filter on that end.
You can form one an oil filter.
Yes.
But it's not an oil filter. It's a silencer that they're calling an oil filter. But never mind.
I'm just saying.
Never.
That
I
none of
thought
us-
it was funny.
Nobody in this.
It
house-
wasn't funny.
I'm just saying that.
Sorry.
Nobody
Quiet
in this house
lubing.
has a Form 1. So like saying, "Oh yeah, we don't have that here," whatever, is like super sus, man.
It was
you loved your
a
dog.
joke.
Yeah, it's one of those NFA rules which are
Holy
just like
shit.
it's one of those NFA rules which just doesn't make any sense. In fact,
Leland, just hush.
well, I was just
I know.
can I finish?
It was a joke.
No, I was just going to explain in Europe that it's considered.
I don't care.
It's considered.
I don't care.
You're so mad.
Can I please finish?
No.
Just one sentence.
No.
Please.
No.
I would have been done by
No.
now. It's
No.
unsportsmanlike
No.
to shoot without a
No.
silencer in Europe.
No.
So
No.
they're not NFA over there.
No.
I said it.
Oh my god. This is so good.
It's weak.
Yeah, you guys.
Damn, I didn't mean to be attacked for trying to tell a joke.
Well,
I'm
it was
sorry.
a bad
Tell a good
joke.
joke, and you want to get attacked. Jesus.
Yeah, maybe tell better
Oh,
jokes.
as a comedian, I shouldn't tell jokes or I'll get
shouldn't tell
whatever,
bad
guys.
bad
Whatever,
jokes.
Whatever.
That joke was bad.
Joke was
That joke was funny.
You know what good
That
jokes
joke
are?
was well thought out.
Hey, let
Nobody
me give
else
you a
in this
good joke.
room
Do you know
had
what?
seen that ad
Yeah.
except for you, and you made a joke in relevance to it. We had
Yeah.
no idea what you were talking.
Let me make
All
a
right, whatever.
let me make a good joke.
Pulled a real Freeman there, man.
Yeah, that was a very Freeman move.
No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, Leland.
Oh, sorry, Leland.
Yeah, that was.
Well, you're the offender here.
Yeah, you're the one who should feel bad.
He's not even looking.
No, I can see you on the screen.
Oh,
Yeah, you're stupid.
I'm not gonna look to see what you're
Yeah,
doing.
your
I can see
PTR.
you don't want to look over here?
Yeah, no, he does it.
Because I only see it on a 30-second delay here.
Yeah, you and your PTR-less middle finger. Yeah, good joke. Hey, do you know what doesn't break? PTRs. Do you know what do? Motherboards. Okay, that's a good joke.
But because of the motherboard that I went and got, we are not able to do cool stuff. And we're going to be doing more cool stuff that will then create revenue. That will then I'll be able to get a PTR. If I would have bought a PTR, we'd still all be packed in that room with a shitty ass motherboard sitting around.
That don't
in the
concern
heat.
me until you get a PTR next Friday.
I'm not getting a PTR next
Well,
Friday.
see, there you go. That don't concern me. Then do it.
All right.
I saw you on the corner
right,
standing
man.
up, leaning up against a
Holy
post.
cow! I can't tell jokes. I'm just getting. I'm getting my ass handed to me here.
I saw you on the corner.
There's no way out of this for me. I've lost.
Yes.
So
You just got Polanded.
I just got blitzkrieged. I feel like France right now. It's like, no, you cannot touch my front, but they go in the back.
Yeah.
See, I can do that because I'm white.
I go in the back all the time.
All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll be here next week, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, to talk about more stuff. By then, we'll have more stuff to talk about, I guess. I don't know.
Well, you just
And maybe even a guest. We're gonna work on that. Yeah, I'm just ending it.
Why do you want to end it?
Why do you want to do that?
Me and Alex are having a grand old time.
Now you are. Now that you're awake,
Yeah, well, maybe if you would
you're
have
on your
talked about
phone half the time and asleep and
All right.
all bored and
Let me
frosty
tell you
because
why.
you don't want to be part of the conversation.
listen- 'cause I
listening
don't.
to Leland eat crow just isn't as exciting as I thought it was.
Yeah.
gonna be either.
You know what was happening
Well,
to me?
it wasn't.
As a dissenter who's being forced to be out here without my fellow dissenter. and
Because
then
you
not-
guys would cut the audio out here and sit in there and have your whole show, and we'd
No.
be sitting out here in
Say
total.
anything about
We didn't say anything about that at all.
come on.
We would just sit here
you
and
could
dig
do
into
what
both of
we're
you guys for being boomers and having bad opinions and telling bad jokes and not owning PTRs. Or how you fanboy the 1911
stop,
so
stop.
hard.
How did this all of a sudden turn around? Now you're picking on me.
Yeah, you brought it upon yourself.
Anyway.
You tell one bad joke and then you get
That's
the
it.
dissenters.
One bad joke, and I
Yeah.
get heckled for the rest of my shows. How does this work?
Oh, look at you, Mr. Broken Air Max's 1911 have an ass.
There it is, man. I've lost control of the troops.
What's-
We'll be
what you
back
guys
next
from the
Monday
Muppets?
night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks for stopping by.
David Letterman from the 1980s.
Where's Statler and Waldorf?
Oh, my God. Scream louder into the mic, Leland. On that note, we'll see you next week. I'm Mike Allen. This is the Radio Man Cave, and you have been on the air.
He gets so mad.
Tonight, Joe Biden has claimed the status of
Joke's on you. Show's not over yet. Say something.
Great job, team. Head back to base for debriefing and cocktails.